I'm Kelsey, and this is Melanie.
Nice to meet you.
And we're here at Cypress Bend Resort, and we're doing a special because the conference center's grand opening was 25 years ago, almost to the day. So we're real excited. We just kind of wanted to highlight all the great things here at Cypress Bend, and some of the Melanie does a lot with the events that happen here, and we just want her to highlight kind of what goes on behind the scenes, what's going on, how to book, and just all the different events they have.
Yeah, so Melanie, just start telling us with what you do and how long you've been here and just some of your day-to-day life at Cypress Bend.
So I've been at Cypress Bend since 2019. I started as a banquet server, worked my way up to food and beverage supervisor. Mm-hmm. Now I have stepped into the role as sales and catering manager. So my job entails anything that you could think of that would happen at a resort. Mm-hmm. Probably lands in my lap or in my office. And so we have taken some business time that we weren't able to fill in the past. And now we see more and more people coming to Cypress Bend. I can promise you, this is probably one of the biggest hidden gems in the state of Louisiana.
Definitely.
Oh, guaranteed. I mean, the views alone. You cannot beat these views.
You can't find it anywhere else either.
It's amazing. So this last year was the first year that I was booking weddings. We did about 12 weddings last year. We are gonna, I think, push about 20 weddings this year.
Wow.
And we already have 8 on the books for 2026. So awesome. It's one of the places that you can go. Once you see it, you can't imagine going anywhere else.
Yeah.
So the golf course is tremendous. We have an excellent executive chef who puts out food that we get nothing but compliments on.
Yeah, because I'm obsessed with his crab cakes.
Oh yeah,
that's
yes.
my obsession right now.
Yes, absolutely. And as just like everyone else, the recovery from the pandemic was almost unimaginable. Mm-hmm. We didn't know if we would ever get back to where we were before it happened. Yeah. And I see an upkick in business. Usually it's really slow during the week. Now we're having to schedule more people because more people are coming.
That's great.
Absolutely. And the economic growth is something that we're so excited about.
Yeah.
In the last couple of years, Cypress Bend is part of a much larger corporation that is based out of Houston, Texas. Mm-hmm. So our competition within our business, we can't really compete with multi-million-dollar properties where they have such a large pool of guests to pull from. But I can promise you, in the last 2 months, we beat all of their revenue numbers.
I love that.
We beat them in guest rooms. We beat them in food and beverage revenue, catering revenue. So I feel like we are on this positive track.
I love that.
To be the go-to for business meetings, weddings. We can accommodate so much. We have a large amphitheater that's downstairs that can accommodate 100 people. We have our outdoor pavilion. We have grand ballrooms. We have hotel rooms. We have suites. We have a golf course. We have fishing. And we work really closely with Wildwood. A lot of people come here with kids and with their spouse. If their spouse is coming to do, say, a fishing tournament or a golfing tournament, not a lot for kids to do here. So to be able to send them to the adventure park during the day.
Well, last month, that's where we was.
Yes.
We went and sat with Noah at the adventure park, and I was really blown away. I hadn't been down there in a little while, and it has just taken off.
He's doing some great things.
He is.
He really is. I'm so proud of him. And I call, to me, he's so young, and I'm like, you're on the right track.
Yeah,
you're building business. And so...
And speaking of your weddings, so y'all do outdoor weddings,
we do.
Indoor weddings.
We do.
I mean, y'all have multiple spots.
We do. We can do a combination of both. The view is what the brides want for the ceremony.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe not quite so much the heat for the reception.
Yeah.
So we can accommodate 250 people indoors. We can accommodate golf carts.
Yes.
We can accommodate 200 people in the pavilion. The grounds are kept beautifully. I mean, we couldn't ask for better.
I love it.
So much to offer here.
Yeah.
Just a lot that people don't know about.
Yeah.
Last year we actually did the Queen's Tea for the Zawali
Oh yeah.
Tamale Festival Queen. It went so well, and they're like, "We'll be back every year." I said,
love it.
"Please come.
That's great.
Please come."
Do you feel like y'all definitely started to see more of like I know after the pandemic, business in general was tough, and now I feel like more locals are kind of coming back and bringing
Absolutely.
things
Yes.
back.
Absolutely, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Yes, local
Good.
business is definitely picking up, and I see it more in food and beverage probably than anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going back to extending hours. We're opening up on days when we've been forced to be closed because of business just not coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, it's
see
hard to go
huge
around
improvements.
here and find somewhere where like I love the social room.
Absolutely.
You go, you get a drink, you get a meal, you come out here and just sit and kind of enjoy the views. It's just kind of like an evening getaway,
Absolutely.
but it's right here at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what's hard to beat about it.
And you don't even need to be local. This last year I booked a full wedding from a bride and groom that live in California that had never been to the property.
Wow.
Wow.
And they came, and I think that we've picked up maybe 3 or 4 weddings just from word of mouth from them. At the end of this month, we're doing a wedding for a bride and groom from North Carolina who have never been here.
I love
Who
it.
have just booked by
Wow.
my word and by seeing pictures of the resort. So that's incredible for
Yeah.
us to be able to pull from such a large pool,
Yeah.
but the property sells itself.
Definitely.
Wow. Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
I was going around before we started taking pictures. I was just like, it's so pretty today. And
Yes,
yeah, I need to take some pictures of all this for our
Absolutely.
social media.
absolutely.
And it's just breathtaking. There was never a bad shot. It's never a bad angle.
right.
So
No
Wow.
filters needed.
no filters needed for
No,
sure.
definitely. And y'all even have been, as you can imagine, after a place has been open 25 years, updates are needed. So
Yes.
can you tell us a little bit about the renovations that have been made and what's to
Absolutely.
come?
So we have completely renovated our dining room and our lobby and our social room, which the improvements have brought so many compliments. It's
Mhm.
so
Yes.
nice to
Looks
walk
great.
in the front door. It's refreshing to see new things, and the plans are extreme for more renovation. It's
I
just
can't wait.
time issue, and making sure that we're not having construction going on when we have a full
Peak
hotel.
season, yeah.
Right.
And we also did, this is kind of exciting. So the National Association of the Deaf, they do a fishing tournament every year, but they go somewhere different every year. The first one that they ever had was 50 years ago on Toledo Bend Lake, which, of course, we weren't here then.
Yeah.
So they were just here for the last 10 days, 235
I love it.
of the National Association of the Deaf. And we were a little scared
Yeah.
because communication was going to be
Difficult.
A challenge,
difficult
yeah.
for us. So this year was their 50th anniversary, and so they booked with us, the nicest people. And I can promise you, all of my staff knows some portion of sign language at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were patient with us, and they were accommodating, and they loved it here. And it was so nice to learn a new way to communicate with people who you might see every day on the street,
Right.
but wouldn't know how to make that communication easy. So we started using our phones. We would type in and read, or we carried pads of paper and pens, and unfortunately the weather didn't cooperate. They missed
It has
2
been
days.
a little rainy.
Yeah, they missed 2 days of fishing, but they loved it regardless. I mean, and so
Yeah,
it's
that's something about
refreshing.
the hospitality industry and tourism. You meet so many different people
Absolutely.
from so many different walks of life.
Yes.
And it's just so interesting how, even though you live different lives, you're from different places, you can always find a way to connect.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
Absolutely. So for us, we're always looking towards the future. What do we have coming up? Of course, weddings are year long, from January through December. We have a lot of Christmas parties already on the books. This is a great venue for Christmas. I mean, it's always beautifully decorated indoors, and people can come. We're a one-stop shop.
Yeah, I mean, you can have your meal, your drinks, and then go to bed right down
right
the,
down
right
the
down the
hall.
hall.
That's exactly
Yeah.
So
right.
that's the
No
best
need
part.
to drive. Yes,
Right. And even
absolutely.
in winter months, the indoor pool you can swim.
all
Right?
the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah,
Yes.
indoor, outdoor pool,
Yes,
hot tub,
we have
spa.
a full gym. We have an awesome spa.
Yes, I was looking at it when I was walking around. I was like looking at the little pictures on the wall. I'm like, I need to come.
I can tell you, I visited myself a couple of times, and it's well worth it.
I
It
love it.
really is. So, like I said, we are kind of a hidden gem, but the more the word goes out, business is booming.
I love that.
Yes.
That's
yes.
awesome.
Well, it was great talking to you,
Thank
Melanie.
you so
Thank you
much
for your
for
time.
coming.
We're gonna
Yes.
head down and talk to Eric about
Awesome.
all the golf renovations going on.
Absolutely.
So, but it was lovely talking to you.
You
It was
too.
great to meet you, really, in person
absolutely.
for the first time.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
well, thank y'all. See you down at the golf course. Hi, y'all. We're back, and this is Eric, and he's over the pro shop at the golf course at Cypress Bend. And Eric, we just interviewed Melanie. She told us all about what's going on up there, but we kind of want to know what's going on down here. We know Cypress just had a big renovation done to their golf course.
Yes. Well, the golf course opened in 1996. It's always been one of the most beautiful courses with the best scenery anywhere around.
Mm-hmm.
And after 23 years, the conditions kind of went down a little bit. The conditions didn't match up with the scenic beauty that the course held.
Yeah.
So just like a house, maybe you've got stains on the carpet or something.
Right.
So the Sabine River Authority came in and they said, we'll completely renovate it. So they brought in Jeff Bloom, a renowned architect out of Houston. He looked at the property, fell in love with it. He loved the terrain, the hills, the water, the pine trees. He said, this golf course is wonderful. The land is immaculate. So he came in and we renovated all the greens, all the fairways. We added bunkers and we put pristine white sand in the bunkers.
Oh, wow.
Put new drainage everywhere and new irrigation. So now the course conditions are top level. The layout is top level. We even renovated, we redesigned 4 of the holes. Number 5, 8, 9, 10, and actually 16 are brand new holes.
Oh, wow.
The old holes were a little bit, we had a couple of par 5s that were a little bit unconventional. You have to hit a short iron off the tee sometimes. That doesn't make for a good challenge.
Yeah.
You want to hit driver off a par 5.
Okay.
So we took number 8 and brought it out on a point. And then number 9 is now a 600-yard par 5 all the way along the water.
Wow.
It's
It's
immaculate
beautiful.
hole. It's incredible.
Yeah, I might have to ride down and look at that.
Then number 10 was a dogleg right, almost 90-degree dogleg right. You had to hit an iron off the tee. Now you can hit a driver off the tee and you can get there in 2 still, but it's got a green that's up on the hillside. You go along and you go down the water, but and they took out maybe 1,000 trees in the renovation.
Wow.
So now there's a lot more. You can see the lake from a lot more holes, and it's really incredible.
That's always a big positive. That's what people really. I mean, when you're golfing on Toledo Bend, you really like the water views. So that's a really good positive thing they did.
And in the condition area, they put a Tiff Dwarf. They replaced the Tiff Dwarf fairways with Latitude Bermuda fairways.
Yeah.
And the greens were normal Tiff Dwarf, and now they've got Tiff Eagle. It's a very fine grass, and the greens play much smoother than they used
wow.
Nice.
Great. I can't wait to ride around and take pictures and look at all this.
I don't golf, but
to. Oh, you do too.
well, I play around and try, but I've seen enough golf courses to I feel like know that you don't get views like you get here on many golf courses in the state for sure.
No, it's incredible. One of the benefit of the Sabine River Authority originally building this property, they took the land. If this would have been a private developer, they had taken the land that's on the water and they'd have put multi-million-dollar houses.
Yeah.
But the Sabine River Authority put that uses the land for the golf holes.
Yeah.
So we have 10 holes that run along the Sabine River, the Toledo Bend Lake, the shores. The water doesn't necessarily come into play every shot, but it's right there visible on every hole.
Right. You can see it and you can feel the breeze off of it.
That's right.
For sure. Yeah. And do you feel like since the remodel has happened that business has picked up out here
We're
again?
getting rave reviews from everybody. They love the course. And yes, business has picked up. As we've seen, we're having a busy Tuesday.
Yeah.
The weekend business are picking up. We get a lot of play from Lafayette, from Houston, from Dallas.
That's great.
A lot of the groups come in and they stay 3 days. They stay in the hotel. and they have a good outing.
Well, that's a great if you're drawing those groups from bigger cities that you have multiple golf courses and they're choosing to come here. That's always a
Yeah.
big positive feedback right there.
It really is. And then so, like this group may have 4 or 5 guys that have a different group,
Yeah.
and they bring their group, and so we're getting a lot of good business from that.
So a word of mouth kind of thing.
Yes,
Yeah. When one
exactly.
group comes, they kind of bring around everybody they know. That's great. And I can't, like I said, I'm really ready to get out there and ride around on a golf cart and look at what's going on.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah. I wish I golfed more. I've tried. I'm not that great at it. I probably need lessons. But
Kelsey came out. She did a pretty good one day.
And you're the only person that's ever told me that. And I take it to heart. I appreciate it.
yeah, you should, Kelsey.
Eric's just a good coach. He can teach you.
He can teach. Yeah, I need all the help I can get. I had a friend try to teach me one time. It didn't really go great. So he used to play. He played for college, and he tried
he's
to
a good
teach me.
player.
Yeah, he tried, but it just didn't sink in there real good.
Yeah.
So you probably have set the bar a little bit lower then.
Yeah,
And, build on it.
definitely. I need to. Well,
Yeah.
Eric, it was great talking to you. Thank you for coming and telling us all about the golf course. And I enjoyed meeting you too for the first time. Like I
It's a
said,
pleasure meeting you.
I've heard a lot about you, so I was glad to actually
And
get to
you,
meet
Kelsey,
you.
Good to see you again. We appreciate all you do and for making time for us
Well,
today.
y'all go out and take a trip around the course and take some good pictures of it. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
We'll
Definitely.
do that.
Thank you so much.